All right, people, a for in loop. A for in loop is a loop that will loop. I can't say that with a straight face. It's a loop that will loop through the elements of an array or the properties of an object. We'll compare and contrast the differences between the two. So I have an array of letters, H, E, L, P. I need to iterate and display the elements of an array. If I were to use a traditional for loop, that would look something like this. So for, then we need our index, let I equals 0. I will continue this for loop as long as I is less than letters dot length, and I will increment I by 1. So within this for loop, I will display letters at index I. So this does work, but there's a lot of overhead. Another way of writing this is that we could use a for in loop, so that would look something like this. So for, this part's the same, except we don't need all of this overhead. We would write let I, or some index, in our array letters. Then during each iteration, I will display console.log letters at index I. And this for in loop would do the exact same thing without having to write all of this code. So the benefits is that there's less syntax to write. However, it's less flexible than a traditional for loop. With a traditional for loop, we can increment, we can decrement, we can even skip iterations. With a for in loop, we will iterate once for each element within a collection, an array, or even the properties of an object. So this time, let's create an object, because we can loop through the properties of an object. So of course, we're going to use a car for this example. Let car, we need a make. Of course, I'm going to pick a Chevy, then model, Corvette, a year, 2022, and a color, blue. Okay, so let's use our for in loop to iterate over the properties of our object. So that would be for, then let, maybe property, in car. Then during each iteration, console.log car at index of property. So yeah, there you go. Well, in conclusion, a for in loop is a loop that will loop through the elements in an array or the properties of an object. There's less syntax to write, but it's less flexible than a traditional for loop. So if you would like a copy of this code, I will post this to the comment section down below. Give this video a thumbs up, a random comment down below, and well, yeah, those are for in loops in JavaScript.